This is a small segment of a Zoom class that I did for my students in my online courses. Please visit smilenihongo.com/class to learn more about Japanese online courses. はい、じゃあ今日の授業を始めます。こんにちは。ゆうこ先生です。Thank you for participating in today's Zoom class. I'm glad that many of you could make it. So today we are going to cover very simple phrases that you can use when you meet somebody for the first time. That's all listed on this handout. So please bring your handout. And also I recommend you have a notepad and a pen so that you can take notes. じゃあ、let's begin the lecture. Take out the handout. はい。I'm going to cover these two today. First, very handy question. What is it in English when you need an English translation? Let me explain this on the slide. はい。What is it in English? 英語で何ですか？英語で何ですか？英語で何ですか？ That's the structure. So the literal meaning of this phrase is by means of English, what is it? 何ですか means what is it in Japanese. Okay? So this is one way to ask what is it in English. I listed one more. This one. The only difference is the particle. The first one had de, right? Which means by means of. This one has dato. 英語だと and then what is it? 何ですか？英語だと何ですか？ This だと indicates conditional if. So the literal meaning is if it is English, meaning it is in English, what is it? 英語だと何ですか？英語だと何ですか？はい。You can pick either one that is easier for you to say. But just for your information, between these two, the second one, 英語だと何ですか sounds slightly more conversational. So if this is your first time to learn the phrase, what is it in English? And then if you plan to use it a lot, especially if you travel to Japan a lot, for example, you may want to learn the second one. 英語だと何ですか But if you already knew the first one, 英語で何ですか and if you're completely comfortable with it, you can stick with it. Okay, it's completely perfectly fine to use in daily life. Right? So two phrases asking what is it in English. It was listed on the second page of the handout. We are done with those two. では、let's move on to the first page. I'm going to cover these two 3と4です。3 and 4. These are small fillers, small response that you can use in the conversation. Let me explain this on the slide too. Hi, first one. Oh, I see. Oh, is that right? To acknowledge what the person said. そうですか。そうですか。Okay, this one also has a question particle cut at the end, right? So the literal meaning is that so? Is that so? But this is really not a question. Just like the English version, oh, is that right? You are not really asking a question. And since it's not a question, you go down at the end. そうですか。そうですか。Please try using this in the pair work, in the conversation, okay? It's part of Japanese culture. When you talk with somebody, we don't just stay silent and listen. We constantly try to show that I'm listening to you. If you ever seen Japanese person talking with somebody, you may notice that they nod a lot and say, hi, hi, oh, so desu ka, like that. Okay, it's a way of showing that you are actively listening to the person, and then as a result, keep the conversation more harmonious. Okay, so this is going to be very handy when you actually have a chance to converse, talk with a Japanese person. Try to give a small filler. あ、そうですか。そうですか。はい。はい。Yes. Yes. Like that. Okay? はい。This one point. So this one has a question particle ka at the end, right? Please keep it there for this phrase. I see. If you drop it and then say そうです instead of そうですか, the meaning changes. This is a response to a question. It is so. Like, oh, that's right. For example, somebody asks you a yes or no question. Are you Tanaka-san? And you want to say, yes, I am. Then you give this one. That's right. そうです. Or, はい、そうです. Is today Saturday? Yeah, it is. はい、そうです. Okay. So the meaning of between these two, そうですか and そうです are different. So please try not to get confused between these two. Today, please use そうですか そうですか to say I see. Right. And then one more phrase saying so am I. Oh, me too. 私もです。私もです。私もです。I am also. That's the literal meaning. This particle mo means also, and this one is covered in Japanese 1. So if you haven't gone through the lesson yet, you may want to check out the lesson after the session, okay? 私もです。私もです。Okay, so this is the main part of today's lecture. This is what you use in your pair work. Okay, basically you say hello and you give your name and ask two questions. Where do you live now? And then what is your job? That's it. Okay, let's go over this. First of all, since you guys are meeting for the first time, let's say hello for the first time meeting. はじめまして。はじめまして。And then give your name. I'm Stephen. Stephen です。Stephen です。I'm Jennifer. Jennifer です。Jennifer です。So you go like this. Hello, I'm Stephen. はじめまして、Stephen です。And the other person says, はじめまして、Jennifer です。And then you start the conversation. Okay? はい。So first one, this is number 1 on your handout. はじめまして、name です。Simple ですね。It's simple, right? で、first question. Where do you live now? 今、お住まいは That's it. Okay? 今、お住まいは今、お住まいははい。This word, お住まい it may not sound very familiar to you, but this is a very polite and respectful term to say your residence. Kids don't use this. Okay, this one makes you sound very mature and respectful. 今、お住まいは今、お住まいははい。で、as you can see, this is an incomplete sentence. Let me show the complete version ね。Complete version has, what is it? どちらですか今、お住まいはどちらですか今、お住まいはどちらですか It's quite long, right? You don't have to use this one today, okay? I'm just sharing this for your information. This word, どちら is an honorific version of the question word where. Okay? And since the term that we are using, お住まい is such a graceful way to say your residence, this one matches well with this question. 今、お住まいはどちらですか And then, if you already know this one, the neutral version of the question word where, どこ you can use this one too. どこですか The entire question is going to be 今、お住まいはどこですか今、お住まいはどこですか This is fine too. But as I said earlier, since お住まい is such a graceful term, the honorific version, どちらですか sounds better in this context. Okay? But again, you don't have to use this one today. This is good enough. 今、お住まいは Okay, let's learn how to respond to this question. Today, you guys are from different countries, so you can respond with a country name. This is appropriate in this context. For example, let's say you're from Canada. カナダ。はい。Okay, you can say カナダです。カナダです。今お住まいはカナダです。Or, はい。It is Malaysia. マレーシアです。マレーシアです。Or, ドイツです。ドイツです。はい。And again, if you don't understand the word that person said, you can always ask, what is it in English? 英語で何ですか ?or 英語だと何ですかはい。So you can simply respond with the country name that you reside. Or you can also respond with the state or province name. If you feel that the state or province that you reside is well known worldwide, like California, then you can just say California des. That's fine too. Okay? So whether or not to use the country name or state or province name in your response is up to you. You can even use the city name if you feel the city that you reside is so well known worldwide, like London. You can say London des. Everybody know where London is, right? Hi. This is fine too. Right? So you can use either country name, state or province name, or city name like this. It's Chicago. Chicago des. Chicago des. Right? Then, if you want to be a little bit more specific, instead of just saying it's Chicago, you can actually say it's Chicago in the USA. This is another way to do it. It's a little bit more difficult. You don't have to do this much today. This is just for your information if you want to try this much today. So if you want to say it's Chicago in the USA, you put two nouns, country name, and then city name, and then the particle no in between. This particle no combines two nouns. And as you can see, it's reverse, right? Reverse of English. When we mention a location in Japanese, we go from broader area to more specific area. Okay, so in this case, you're going to say country name first, and then city name, or state, or province name. And then put the particle no in between. アメリカのシカゴです。アメリカのシカゴです。Another example. カナダのトロントです。カナダのトロントです。ポーランドのワルシャワです。ポーランドのワルシャワです。or スイスのジュネーブです。スイスのジュネーブです。はい。Please use the filler ね。Oh, I see. あ、そうですか。そうですか。And then, if the person, your partner, happen to be in the same area as you, you ask, where do you live now? 今、お住まいは And the person say, アメリカです。It's, oh, me too. 私もです。You can use that too. はい。And there's only one more question that you're going to ask today to your friend. What is your occupation or job now? Same structure. Okay? 今。And now you say your occupation. お仕事は。はい。今、お仕事は。今、お仕事は。Again, this is a very respectful and honorific way to say your occupation. As you can see, this is an incomplete sentence too. What is it? It's missing, right? So the complete version of this question is this one. You ask, 何ですか? What is it? 今、お仕事は何ですか? 今、お仕事は何ですか? But again, for today's practice, you don't have to use the complete version. Just the incomplete version is good enough. 今、お仕事は. And even in real life, any Japanese person understands what you're asking. Okay, how to respond to this question? Today, you can just use the occupation or job that you do in English, okay? You can say something like, accountant です. That's good enough. Or, はい、web developer です. You can just put the occupation name in English, but don't forget to complete your response with this at the end. Web developer です. Or, plumber です. But if you know how to say your job in Japanese, try to use it. Your partner can always ask you, what is it in English? Okay, in the conversation. So, for example, let's say you are a teacher, and then you can say, 教師です. 教師です. This word, 教師, in case you don't know, this is an occupational term meaning teacher. So if you're going to present the word teacher as the name of your job, you use this one, not sensei. Okay? Sensei is a term that you use to refer to the person or actually talking to the person. So if you're going to say she is a teacher, then you say she's a sensei. But if you're going to say I am a teacher, I am 教師. Okay? And then just like we did previously with the place that you reside, you can be a little bit more specific by adding another noun before your occupation with the particle no in between. If you want to say, I am a high school teacher, you can put high school before the word teacher with the particle no in between and go like this. 高校の教師です. 高校の教師です. Or you can even put the subject that you teach. Let's say a math teacher. And you can say 数学の教師です. 数学の教師です. In my case, I have to say 日本語の教師です. 日本語の教師です. And again, if you don't know the term that person used in the pair work, you can ask, what is it in English? Okay. And then, of course, you can use this structure to be a little bit more specific in your response with English word. You don't have to know everything in Japanese. You can just say something like this. I'm a product manager at Google. Google no product manager です. You can use that too. Okay? はい。One more response, which is also listed on the handout. If you are retired, okay, you can just say, I am retired. はい。In Japanese, we phrase this fact this way. We say, I did the action of retiring from a job. 退職 and did しました. 退職しました. 退職しました. はい。So if this one applies to you, please use it. It's also listed at the bottom of the first page. はい。So today, in the pair work, you are going to use mainly these three phrases. Hello, I am. はじめまして、ゆうこです。For example. And the two questions. Where do you live now? 今、お住まいは? And I hope you know by now how to respond to that question. And then, what is your job, occupation now? 今、お仕事は? That's it. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask me now. やりませんか？はい。他に質問がありますか？ Do you have any other questions before you start? なんだっけ？ Pair work. I'm going to start pair work soon. はい。はい。OK です。では、I'm going to end this class today. Thank you for participating and it was so good to see you guys. はい。
ありがとう
Have a
ござい
nice
ます。
はい。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
If you want to learn more about my Japanese online courses, please visit smilenihongo.com/class. My courses are self-paced and there is no time limit to complete each course, so you can learn Japanese at your own pace. Please find the course list and watch sample lessons on the school website. Course packages with a discount might be available. Please visit smilenihongo.com/packages to see which packages are open at the moment. ではまた次のレッスンで会いましょう。